Well, folks, there hasn't been a video on this channel in a while. Been very busy with my job, so there should be some coming pretty soon. But this one is not a guitar playing video, it's about guitars. But some of the tales I've had with Marketplace and Craigslist. Matter of fact, just bought a guitar today off Facebook Marketplace, but we're not going to talk about that one. If I decide to keep that one, may have a friend interested in it, we'll have a video on it. But this is going to be more of a video about past experiences. So I've been doing this guitar thing for about 30 years. Playing and collecting. So 30 years ago the internet was around, but it wasn't as accessible as it is now. So about 10-15 years ago started doing some Craigslist deals. I'm an hour and a half from Nashville, 45 minutes from Muscle Shoals, so I'm in an area if I want to drive a little bit to get a nice guitar or get a cheap guitar. The occupation I have, normally I have more money around Christmas than most people do, and I hate to be that guy, but sometimes you can get some really good deals when people's needing Christmas money. If I don't get the deal, somebody else is going to get the deal. So I'm also impulsive. If I get a certain kind of guitar on my mind that I want, I search crazy for it. So it's been about maybe 13 years ago, I was in the mood for a lawsuit Les Paul. If you don't know what that is, it's a Japanese made replica of a Gibson Les Paul. And the reason why they're called lawsuits is because you cannot copyright. You cannot copy the exact specs of Gibson Les Paul. So I found one on Marketplace in Nashville. This guy advertised as a luthier. He worked on guitars. He had his own shop. So he was all over Marketplace advertising work, you know, for trying to get work in his shop, guitars in his shop. So seems legit, right? So he had a lawsuit guitar and had an electric guitar, Les Paul, similar. So me and a friend, we went up there and looked and seen what he had. And I wasn't interested in either one of them. It should have told me something, because they both had been repaired and the repair work wasn't the best in the world. But this guy, to hear him talk, was a very reputable luthier. So we passed on the deals. We stayed in contact. He collected vintage Japanese guitars, the old cheap ones, Harmony, Fiasco, however you pronounce it. And sometimes I would run across something like that. And by the way, his name, I will not say what his name of his repair shop was, but his name was Shelley. Don't trust a guy named Shelley. So I bought a vintage acoustic Gibson, and it had a lot. It was a good playing, good sounding guitar. Had a lot of wear. The binding was coming off, and old rusty guitars beat up, that don't scare me off, but the binding, I just couldn't take it. It was just tearing me up. So I checked in to get some binding done, and called my old buddy Shelley up. Went and met him, dropped the guitar off. He could do it, no problem. 6 weeks at the most. 6 weeks come about, Hey Shelley, how's my guitar come along? Man, I've had to put it on the back burner. I hope you understand. Taylor Swift is fixing to go on tour, and I'm doing her guitars, her band's guitars, setting them up, getting them ready to go on tour. But as soon as I get all that done, I will get right on your guitar and finish it. So, a couple more weeks went by, still getting excuses. Finally, he got where he would not answer my calls. So I have a guitar that I already have, I think, $1,500 in, that I can't get a hold of the guy. So he's, like a lot of people do today, he don't advertise, paid advertisement, but advertises on Facebook. He was doing the Craigslist. So free advertisement. So he had a Facebook page of his business. So I went on there one day. So I went on there on his page, and I sent him a message, and no response. So I got on his page and wrote a pretty nasty comment. At this time, he'd had the guitar 11 months. You know, I was like, hey, where is my guitar? What's going on? I thought you was reputable. That got his attention. So he finally called me. He was mad. How dare you leave something like that on my Facebook page? How dare you tell me that it's going to be 6 weeks and now it's 11 months? So at this time, we're not friends. So I told him, let's get this guitar done. And he started getting it done. He blocked me off of social media. And so he started working on this guitar. Finally, he calls me up. And he said, well, I've done this and this and this to it. I said, I didn't ask you to do that. I asked you to fix the binding. Well, my bill was like $325. And I said, fine. I said, way I'm working, it'll have to be Sunday. Because his shop was actually the basement of his house. He worked out of his house. So I said, next Sunday, I'll make plans. I'll let you know when I'm leaving, when I'm close. I'll get the guitar, you get the money, and we're done. That's a deal. But I won't take a check from you. That made me mad. So I was mad about the check thing, because it was like he didn't trust me. And if I would have really thought about it, it was probably because it looked like crap when he got done. And if I wrote him a check Monday morning, cancel it, I've got my guitar, he's got a canceled check. So anyways, I said, yes, you will accept a check from me, my money's good. No, I will not accept a check. So I think he hung up on me, I hung up on him. I got to think about it. Called him up next day and I said, I'll bring you cash. So what I did is I went to the bank and I said, I need $150 in quarters. I got $150 in rolled quarters. I need 75 in nickels, dimes, pennies, you get it. It's a bunch of change. So I've got it all rolled. They give me a little bag, put it in. I leave the bank, I get home, I bust every one of them rolls. But I make sure that I'm not a penny off of $325. So his shop was about hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes from where I live at. So me and a friend and his wife, we went up there. And my friend is one of these guys that believes in his right, and I do, a right to carry a firearm, to bear arms. So we get to this guy's house. I call him, I say, hey, we're outside. He said, I'll come out on the porch. Didn't get to go in the basement where the shop was. So he comes out, and I get out with a bag of change, and my friend Ethan gets out. He's got a 9mm on his waist. I mean, that's the way he rolls. So the first thing was, what's he done with a gun? It's America. It's Tennessee. He can carry that gun. He's got a permit. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Well, I'm going back in the house. This guy was a northern guy. Evidently the state he came from, Michigan or wherever, didn't have the same rules. Well, anyways, my friend put the gun back in the truck. We went out there, and I said, I want to see the guitar. He said, the money first. It's okay. I handed him the sack, and he said, what's this? I said, that's cash money. Oh no, I can't accept this. I said, BS, that's cash money. Now I want to see my guitar. Well, he called his wife out there. They sat on their front porch steps and counted $325 worth of change. Finally, he brought me my guitar. It looked like crap. So I kept the guitar a while. It never did play because he screwed it up. Never did play or sound like I remembered it. So it wasn't long. It was on Craigslist, and I ended up trading for an American Fender Strat and a Bugera amp, and which I didn't want the amp. The amp got put on Craigslist. This is the story for this time. I'll probably do a couple more stories along. Matter of fact, maybe have a little story about this guitar I just bought today. I got it cheap. So don't trust a man named Shelley. And like I said, I didn't mention his last name or mention his shop, so maybe it'll get people will know who I'm talking about. I don't think he's in the Nashville area anymore. So thanks for watching. God bless you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Probably be either a pedal or a guitar review or something.